Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Just a point of reference, I believe it was President Obama who opened up an ICE facility at Delaney Hall. So your point is well taken. This is strictly political. It's strictly political. And I think that your agency is doing quite well. And one of my Democrat colleagues just complained that an illegal immigrant subject to deportation had a legitimate complaint that he was not being served ethnic food. That was stated just across the aisle to you, that we need to provide a menu service for their ethnic food before they are deported. I find it just staggering. And what's most staggering about this, Mr. Secretary, is that unchecked mass migration obviously transforms our country for the worse. We saw that over the last 5 to 6 years, the Biden open border. It was felt in every pillar, every corner of our country, but it remains integral to the Democrats and their policies. They're still defending it, they're still promoting it, they're still fighting for it. And when you look at the effects of it, it's very obvious that mass migration robs Americans of a whole lot, of the American dream, of public safety, of good schools, of affordable health care. Mass migration will transform this country for the worse, yet they still defend it. And from where I sit, sir, I don't know why they continue to defend it, but there's really only 3 reasons that someone would defend mass migration. The first, big business wants cheap labor. The second, nefarious political motivations, starting with congressional apportionment and then with the mass amnesty voting bloc. And then second, some type of twisted ideology that Americans owe the world free health care, free schooling, free housing on our soil. And I find every one of those justifications disqualifying. Thank you for your partnership in trying to get this problem under control. And I want to give you a chance to respond to some of the unbelievably slanderous accusations that you have been the recipient of at this hearing. First, that those who are resisting you in New Jersey and elsewhere in sanctuary jurisdictions, that they are peaceful protests. Your response?
That's absolutely not accurate. And I think when the state police showed up with their riot unit, by the way, phenomenal group of guys, real professionals. They recognized really quick that these weren't peaceful protesters, and they took action because of it. In fact, the next day they showed up with a bus to start arresting the individuals. And when we saw them respond with the cooperation with local government, we got the rioting, not protesting, we got the rioting under control.
Yep, this is criminal activity, it's organized, and it's funded by far-left agitators, isn't that correct?
We saw sorry, my guys. We saw Antifa flags being flown. We were doing facial recognition out there. We saw individuals coming in from Portland that had organized those riots. And we were in the process of tracing down the funding, which was funding this rioting, not protesting, rioting.
It's criminal. Secondly, one of the most disgusting but common accusations is that your agency exercises white supremacy. I'm a former federal prosecutor. I know that Border Patrol is a majority-minority workforce. The agents for Border Patrol are a majority-minority, heavily occupied by Hispanic Americans, patriots. To say that they are white supremacists is disgusting, it's a lie, and it's a politically motivated attack. Same thing with ICE officers, vastly overpopulated with minorities as opposed to the general population. Your response?
Unfortunately, what we see is when the left can't argue actual factual points, they just move to racism, and and it's reckless and demeaning to all of our federal employees throughout DHS. And we have to stop it because it feeds into this narrative that you hear chanted all the time in these riots, not protest. I'm okay with protest.
Sure.
You have the right for the First Amendment, but you do it in a peaceful way in a legal area.
That's right. If anything, sir, I would submit that we're being too tolerant to the rioters who obstruct law enforcement from carrying out their duties.
I have zero tolerance. If you verbally assault our officers, you go after our vehicles, you assault our property, you assault one of our officers, we will find you, we will arrest you.
And lastly, I want you to answer. The Democrats claim to be that they want to remove the worst of the worst. But in Judiciary Committee, we had a sanctuary prosecutor from Northern Virginia who campaigned on the fact that he was going to consider immigration consequences before charging and before plea deals. He released murderers, he released pedophiles, he released violent criminals because they were going to be subject to deportation. It's disgusting. They are not working to remove the worst of the worst. They're not working with you to achieve that. Your response?
In Delaney alone, over 35%, or roughly 35% of the detainees have serious criminal records.
Yep. But if you release the criminals, you can't get a conviction.
That's right.
It's a nefarious circle.
That's right.
There's a lot more to talk about. Thank you for your time, sir, and we're ready to help you in any way that we can.
Thank you.
I yield back.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.